Got a quick screencast here to explain really your first assignment this semester. Our unit is on civil rights, and we're going to try to understand a little bit about the basic terminology involving civil rights and involving Jim Crow. And so, what we've got here, first of all, is a chart that we want you to fill in involving some different parts of understanding what Jim Crow is. But to begin, you've got to define the terms on the left. And we'll go in this order. You'll start with democracy. You can use these resources to put together a definition and type it in the box. And then you and your partner want to answer these questions about democracy. Now, those answers may not be exactly in these definitions. You have to think about them a little bit to try to type in the correct answer or what you believe is the correct answer to the question. And part of those questions are certainly opinion. Then you'd move to civil rights, and you can see we've got the definition here for you already, and another resource taking you to more explanations about definitions, in particular, helping you to define what personal liberties are. Then what we want you to do is, again, answer the questions over here, in this case being about civil rights and personal liberties, and again, some of that is opinion. As I move down, we've got a couple more terms here for you. Tyranny of the majority, definition here. You could find it and then write it in your own words here and then answer the questions about it. And the same is true of the last two. Jim Crow laws, a resource to find the definition, and then questions to answer. And just in general, what discrimination is. We've got a good definition here in the Kids Britannica online encyclopedia, and then answer the questions about it. The second part of the assignment, which you probably won't get to on the first day, is taking a state in the South that had Jim Crow laws in it and analyzing some information about it. We will assign you a state, either Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, or South Carolina. You will have to answer the questions in this chart about that state. In particular, we're going to start by asking you some questions about the population in the left column. Then we're going to have you find some Jim Crow laws that were in place in that state and explain them and get an idea of whether or not there was violence in that state during the Jim Crow era. You're going to look at lynchings and riots in your state using the interactive map on pbs.org. And just to show you that map quickly, if I click on the link, it'll bring up the website Rise and Fall of Jim Crow. I'll have to click the little puzzle piece here and allow Adobe Flash. It'll just take a second. Then, if in particular I want to look at population, I'll click here, and then I can click the year, and we're asking you to look at 1870. As you scroll over, you will see the abbreviation for your state pop up over here. So if I had, let's say, for instance, Louisiana, I scroll over it, you can see the LA up there in the top left, and then it's going to give me information about the population of Louisiana at that particular time. You can see it on top. Then if we're looking at 1960, we would click here. We could go back to Louisiana. You will again see the abbreviation on top, and you'll see the population, and it'll give you an example of how the population is changing. So that's how you would use that one. If you want to look at other aspects, you could go back to maps. Click up here to interactive maps again. And then again, click on this, interactive maps. I probably went one step too far. And now if we want to look at the Jim Crow laws, which is a part of the chart, we would click here. Just take it a second here. And then again, you will see categories pop up. And when I click on the category, it'll bring up the states again. And again, I can scroll over and find a state like Louisiana, for instance. If I click on that, it's going to give me some examples of laws. So that's how you use the interactive maps, and that's how you'll find the answers to most of the questions in the chart. I hope this helps. Thank you.